fight Spider-Man. I would like to fight him now.
Are you talking as Tom or as Venom right now?
Both.
Yeah.
I'm happy to fight Spider-Man today. Like, we set some rules, you know what I mean? And in a movie, 100%. I'm well up for it. So I would never say never on this, but, you know.
When I signed my contract for Spider-Man 1, I signed a 6-picture deal. I was 18 years old. I was more excited than I'd ever been about anything ever. And for the last 10 years, I have been at the beck and call of Marvel and Sony. And proudly so. It's been the best experience of my life. I'm now at a juncture where I can say no. And now that I've been afforded that power, I am struggling to figure out what is the right thing to do. It's meant I've had to put my foot down in certain instances, which I haven't been allowed to do in the past. And I think the learning curve that I'm on right now is dealing with that new sense of power, making sure that I don't abuse it, but making sure that I do the best thing for me rather than for the studio. And really the best thing for the character. I don't want to make another movie for the sake of making it. I don't want
the studio wants you to make another Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they do. And I want to make another one. I want to make many more, but I want to do it for the right reasons. And now, like I said to you earlier, sometimes I miss the day when getting the job was the win. Navigating and figuring out what having that kind of power means and that responsibility.
Yeah.
And I'm figuring it out. And I'm speaking to people and asking questions. And, you know, I've been speaking to Downey a lot, but it is something that keeps me up at night. And I'm constantly thinking of like, is this the right thing to do? Am I going to do justice to the character? Am I going to do justice to the fans? I definitely don't want to just make a movie for the sake of it, because that's not what Spider-Man represents.
Tom Holland is revealing that he and Zendaya recently read a draft of the Spider-Man 4 script. Last month, The Hollywood Reporter exclusively reported that Destin Daniel Cretton was in talks to direct the 4th installment of the superhero franchise, taking over the reins from director Jon Watts. During a recent interview on the Rich Roll podcast, Holland spoke about the development process for Spider-Man 4.
Obviously, one of the things to bear in mind with Marvel is that your film is a small cog in a large machine.
He continued, and that machine has got to keep running, and you need to make sure you can fit into that timeline at the right time to benefit the bigger picture.
You know, that's one of the challenges we're facing, and the time in which we need to get that done is a tall order, but definitely achievable. With the fantastic people we have working on it now.
The actor then said that he recently read a draft of the script for the next Spider-Man movie.
We have a creative and a pitch and a draft, which is excellent. It needs work, but the writers are doing a great job. And I read it 3 weeks ago, and it really lit a fire in me.
He went on to share that he and his co-star and girlfriend, Zendaya, actually read it together.
Zendaya and I sat down and read it together, and we at times were bouncing around the living room this is a real movie worthy of the fans' respect. But there's a few things we need to figure out before we can get that really going. But it's exciting.
Last year, Holland admitted to Collider that he was open to reprising his superhero role, but only if the storyline does justice to the character. 2021's Spider-Man No Way Home had the third biggest opening weekend of all time, behind only Avengers Endgame and Avengers Infinity War. It went on to gross $1.9 billion worldwide, making it the 7th highest earning movie of all time. For more on this story, head to thr.com. This is The Hollywood Reporter News.